so get the stuff out, and we'll pretend that you're playing for recital with everything walking on stage, to bow,
Okay.
playing in a new tempo that we have, with all the musical details, so everything like polishing. And I suggest to do the same thing at home too, when you practice performing.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I raise the bench again?
I will do that. You have to probably figure out, I don't know actually at the recital if we're gonna have adjustable something or we'll use the existing bench. I'm not sure how it is the bench there, maybe we'll just, because if we have a standard bench there like that, so then it will be just, everyone will be sitting slightly lower, or I'll have some things that we can put on top of that. Okay. Alright, so, sure. So we have page 5 and 6, right?
Oh, I added an extra day because you missed it.
Oh. And today's 12th?
Today's the 11th.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. We practiced on the day of the last one. Okay, so let's see, page 5 and 6 from this new book, right? Check that. So
That's what.
3. Yes. Can I ask you why is the dot before the note? Before the note.
Oh, oops.
I don't think I've seen anything like this in my life. Right. So this is the same. Okay, let's do the this. I've got the pencil. That might work. There we go. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Sorry, come here. Yep, perfect. So this one is done. And then page 6.
Yeah.
Just doesn't incorporate. Okay. 6.
It's the same.
Yep. Right, good. Done. So, moving on to page 7, just one page for next time.
Recorded notes on
Okay, you understand, right? So this is a double sharp. You've seen it before, double flat, right? So, so we will do that next time. And then explore your music. Well, you don't have to do that. You can wait until do that until later on. Okay, and then geometry. Okay, so it's up to you. So page 7. Okay. Today is March 11th.
Yep.
So we'll go today, tomorrow. And then after that we have one more lesson and then we said,
Okay.
okay, so let's play like recital style.
Okay.
So I don't need this, but I do need your sonata. And we're gonna do everything like walking on stage. So, starting from somewhere. Do you know how to bow or not really?
No.
Okay. And then also the way you walk on stage, it has to be, you make your first impression when you walk. So with confidence, smile, yeah, so not tiptoeing, not, marching, just, kind of with confidence.
Where do I go?
Okay, so the audience usually sitting on the right side of the piano. So you will go towards the piano, right? You can bow pretending you're playing on it. So it's not behind the bench, it's usually before the bench. So basically, no, come here. You can, because I'm sitting really close to it, but so there's no room, right? You can practice on that piano. So what it is, kind of walk towards the piano.
Yeah.
Okay, walk.
Okay.
Then you turn.
This way?
No, towards the piano.
This way?
You don't want to be spinning around. No, the people will be sitting on this side of the piano. Have you ever been to the concerts? You might have seen that people sitting where your right hand. So they are looking at your right hand.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn this
So, and
way.
it doesn't matter. Maybe some people will be sitting there. Maybe some people will be sitting there. This is the way you're facing them. Okay.
Okay.
Then get close to the piano. You can kind of hang on to the corner of that. There you go. Yes, exactly. See, that is easy to remember.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So let's do that on this piano. Okay. Yeah, good thing we're practicing on it because so someone will announce your name, right? And you'll need to work on your walk. Okay, right. Then you sit down. You don't place your hands on the piano right away.
Okay.
Yeah, so there should be, first we just sit down to make sure that also I'm not sure if we're going to be playing after. I'll have to figure out that later on. You might need to make adjustments to the seat, maybe not. But it could be that, someone, everyone has their preferences.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be too far for you or too close, too high or too low. So you need to take your time to make sure everything feels good. So we never place our hands on the piano right away.
Okay.
We sit down, and so we call this 8-second rule. I call it, no one else, right? So no, you don't need to do that. This is just thinking time.
Oh.
So the moment you start, that's it. There's no going back.
Okay.
So you have to start the right tempo, the right character. So, and then right away, making it exciting. It's the beginning of the story. So we don't want to have to start our story. There was a little girl, and then the story. So right away from the start. Okay. After we place our hands on the piano, we still.
Wait again?
Hmm?
You wait a little more.
Well, you don't want to just place your hands and start playing right away. So we do that kind of like a conductor move. Yada yada. bunch of incorrect notes right here. It sounded really odd.
Which part?
Right here, section 16. Also, lots of shaping was not there, and so like this one. Okay, that okay. The tempo is good. We're not gonna get any faster. Let's keep it this way. It sounds kind of very squarish to me.
Okay.
And I understand you want to keep that rhythm, right? So, but the next thing I would like you to add direction. By the way, you play or down, occasional, not all the time. So really listen. So do you understand what I mean by direction? So you have to think bigger lines. Kind of maybe at least 2 measures at a time. Right now it sounds even like quarter measure. Instead of now next phrase. So start thinking phrase rather than right now it's not in words. Right now it's today I went to school and had math and science. See that? That's what it sounds. Instead of today I went to school, I had my science class. So it has to be a little more of a kind of connected without compromising the sense of rhythmical sense. Okay, we still need to keep that. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other comparison I can make it like think of this as some little creatures. But those creatures have to be kind of inside the train.
Like in a line, kind of.
Yeah, so and the train should be moving while those creatures are. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if you can incorporate it. We call this resolution. One really, really common thing. And you totally forgot about resolution and part like this. And absolutely, like 0 resolutions was right here. And we have another part right here. So, and it's kind of like known thing, right? So, let's try it again. So, direction. 2 measures at a time. Which one is more? This is just sounds so unattractive when you all of a sudden pounding that upbeat. This one takes us here, so yeah. And remember, there's nothing harsh. We don't have any harsh moments here. We hug everything. Okay. Okay. Right. Good job. Right. Good. Of course. Yeah, if you're gonna play your accompaniment lighter, your melody immediately will be more expressive. Your accompaniment is too present. Okay. Start from section 3. Section 3. Long line. or heartbeat, right? So yours like, everyone can see that the heartbeat. It's there, right? But it doesn't need to be jumping out. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. It's yours. Right. So think of this more of a heartbeat, not yeah. Okay. Okay, especially on this part because we have so many 16th notes. They're everywhere here. Da da dee da dee da dee da 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 dee da. Okay, so and the heart is like a little pulse. Think long line. Can you start from yeah. No punching. That's good. No punching. Keep going. Don't slow down. No punching. That's where you're doing it right now. Check the note. Start in section 15. And it's actually very noticeable. So if it doesn't sound right when you practice, most likely it's not right. Okay. So what's that other one? Yeah. The thing is, it's very noticeable, so your audience will notice that. Okay, so fix it like right away. I don't know why you still didn't fix it. You should have it as notes with a big star and another star down there, and yet you still play your own notes, right? So, and then fix that like today. Okay, don't wait. Yeah, because I think that the other notes were fixed, right? There was something at the end, but I think it was just one time thing, right?
Yeah.
Because when you, so what is our final tempo? The one we're playing?
It's 160. I think it's a little faster than what I just played. Actually, it is faster than what I just played.
What, 168?
160, just 160.
160.
152.
Yeah, that's an excellent. I mean, 152 is not too bad probably either, right? Yeah, 152 is fine too, but not slower. Okay, and we have to have that sense of direction. Okay. So, and then whenever we have lots of 16th notes, and we have them pretty much everywhere, right? So you have to think where you're taking us, and then think of the heartbeat. Okay, because it's just too much of. And also the other thing is, sometimes your thumb is quite heavy. Like, of course it's not like this, but just up and down. So see that I'm not. No pounding it. No, these are. Okay. So yes, and we try to play everything musical. Okay. Right. So if it doesn't sound beautiful, then most likely you could improve on it. Okay. So start right away from section 16. G flat. You know your starting point? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You do, right?
I do know this. I do know what starting points are.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I know all of them.
Well, the whole point is to know them, right? So how many you know?
I think I know pretty much the first page.
That's not enough. A quarter of them, that's not gonna help you. Do you know what? Did we talk about that? That you need starting point? Maybe I have not mentioned that.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So especially for the performance, we desperately need starting points. Because then if something happens, if you play something, if you make a mistake, what do?
Start from that section?
No, you go to the next one. Don't
Oh.
fix stuff. Don't, yeah. So, because it's also a new experience for you, right? So just go on. Never try to fix your mistakes.
Okay.
So that's why, let's say if you made a mistake here. I mean, if you play incorrect note and you keep on going, you can keep on going.
Yeah.
You don't need to fix it, right?
Okay.
But if there's something that kind of got in the way, you just go straight to the next section.
Okay.
Okay, you said that you know your first page. Let me test you on that. It's only 4 sections. Okay, 3. So that you don't know that. You don't know that. Starting point, that means you can immediately start from anywhere.
Okay.
Right, but I'm not sure if we've ever done that.
We have done one of the oldest pieces.
Okay, so I'm glad we're having this conversation because you probably need about 1 week to get them because it doesn't come naturally. Actually, it has to be done purposely, right? You sit down and you memorize the beginning of each section. It's not necessarily an easy thing, by the way. So, and then testing. That's the right. So you right because it would be better if someone else. And the goal is to be able to jump into that section without any hesitation, without thinking, right away. So if I call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, Julie, section 3, and you're half asleep, just start playing. Then I say section 11, and you right away, yeah. I'm not going to do that, but that's how well you have to know. So even if you are not completely awake, you can just jump to that section. Oh, that saved my students' performances so many times. Because that will secure your memorization. And it's just a different feel when you're on stage because you truly know your pieces. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I will not be torturing you with that because you need to check that. Okay, so section 16. Do you know what it starts like? And it takes you a long time to figure it out, even with the musical. That's actually, that's... Okay. While you're doing that, really memorize. We have E flat, B flat, and this one is G flat. Okay. So the thing is, if you combine all 3 together, E flat, G flat, B flat, it's an E flat minor chord, but it's broken between the right hand and left hand. See that? So that's also one of the ways to kind of memorize your starting point. Okay. Go ahead. Okay, we're playing music, right? Did you see how you like shape everything in a direction? The thing is, when you do this, it sounds like you're playing Czerny. Then you're turning this piece into Czerny. Nothing wrong with Czerny, so Czerny would be probably upset with me, right? But it sounds like it's the slowest 152. Nice. Beautiful. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it's
like in
pretty flat.
right, but it doesn't matter that you know. You need to do it. Okay, so that's it. Let's move on. I think you know pretty clear. Let's make sure we write things down.
Okay.
So
Um,
sonata, it has to be 152. Yeah, you still could practice in slower tempo.
Yeah.
You do have another tempo, right?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah. So those two tempos, but you need to really solidify your 152 because you have a tendency of slowing down. That's for every what quarter, eighth note.
8.
So 100 you said,
Yeah, 100 is the slow one.
and then 152. That's it. Nothing in between.
Okay.
Okay.
And then,
Direction.
starting point. No,
Direction. More shaping. Check the resolution.